Did Stray Kids really walk away from a billion-dollar blank check? If you track K-pop news, you've seen the viral story dominating social media. JYP Entertainment supposedly turning down 7 massive American industrial giants, including Apple and Tesla, right before their world tour. The narrative is perfect. It frames the group as rebels protecting their fanbase from corporate greed. But here is the stark reality. That story is a complete fabrication. It stems entirely from a speculative fan theory video clearly labeled for entertainment, not the boardroom. Stray Kids hasn't rejected corporate America. They are just highly strategic about who gets their signature. From Louis Vuitton to Versace and Tommy Hilfiger, they aren't avoiding massive brand deals, they are dominating them. How did a fake corporate drama fool millions? And what is the actual reality of Stray Kids' global market power? Let's break down the facts. Number 7, Electric Illusions. Tesla. The rumor mill kicked into high gear when social media posts claimed the management behind Stray Kids walked away from a massive, multi-million-dollar sponsorship deal with Tesla. The viral narrative suggested the group rejected the electric vehicle giant due to underlying environmental concerns regarding lithium battery mining, or simply to distance their clean image from the endless controversies surrounding the automaker's leadership. It sounds like a powerful, socially conscious stand against a massive tech monopoly, but basic market analysis and a quick look at corporate history dismantle this story instantly. Tesla notoriously operates on a $0 advertising budget. Since its inception, the company has stubbornly refused to pay for traditional celebrity endorsements, television commercials, or official brand ambassadors, relying entirely on organic word-of-mouth and high-profile social media engagement to drive vehicle sales. The fundamental idea that Tesla executives suddenly shifted their entire corporate philosophy and approached a K-pop group, no matter how globally dominant their streaming numbers are, with a blank check, completely contradicts the automaker's fiercely documented financial strategy. In reality, the South Korean music industry engages heavily in highly lucrative automotive partnerships. But these are meticulously calculated business moves with heritage companies that actively allocate billions to marketing budgets. When major automotive brands sponsor international artists, it involves extensive, ironclad contracts dictating everything from subtle music video product placements to exclusive vehicle usage during global stadium tours and red carpet arrivals. A promotional deal of that specific magnitude requires a corporate structure explicitly willing to invest heavily in international cultural marketing, a strategy fundamentally opposed to Tesla's current lean operational model. The viral posts claiming this dramatic rejection successfully garnered millions of views across various video sharing platforms by directly preying on the intense fan desire to see their favorite artists taking a moral high ground against polarizing billionaires. This organically manufactured drama completely ignored the actual, rigid mechanics of global brand endorsements, where international deals take months of exhausting legal negotiation and are rarely, if ever, offered spontaneously only to be dramatically rejected on the spot. The group continues to dominate the luxury, fashion, and commercial sectors, proving their immense verifiable market value without needing to rely on completely fabricated automotive deals. The Tesla rumor stands as a perfect example of how easily well-intentioned fan fiction can masquerade as legitimate financial news in the rapid echo chamber of the internet. But the next corporation on this viral list takes the digital fantasy to an entirely different level of corporate absurdity. Number 6. Silicon Valley silenced Apple. The narrative of a music group turning down the most valuable technology company on the planet is undeniably magnetic, which is exactly why the rumor of a rejected Apple partnership spread like wildfire across social media forums. Digital whispers claimed that executives from Cupertino offered an unprecedented multi-year contract to integrate the group into massive global iPhone campaigns, only to be shut down. However, examining actual tech marketing strategies and the group's verified corporate history reveals exactly why this story is entirely fictitious. Apple's promotional ecosystem is notoriously rigid. They rarely utilize traditional brand ambassador titles in the way luxury fashion houses do, instead favoring campaign-specific collaborations, like their highly curated music video projects. More importantly, this viral fabrication completely ignores a massive, publicly documented business reality. The group's management had already engaged in extensive, highly lucrative partnerships with Samsung, specifically promoting the Galaxy ecosystem through their accessory collaborations. In the high-stakes world of consumer electronics endorsements, signing with a South Korean tech giant involves strict, legally binding exclusivity clauses that categorically prohibit an artist from publicly promoting or endorsing direct competitors like Apple. The supposed dramatic rejection wasn't a sudden ideological boycott of American tech monopolies. It simply never happened, because any such negotiation would be a direct violation of their existing corporate contracts. Furthermore, Apple operates under some of the strictest non-disclosure agreements in the global corporate sector. They do not engage in public bidding wars, nor do they extend spontaneous blank check offers that can be dramatically refused and leaked to pop culture fan pages. The rumor essentially took the standard operational reality of tech endorsement exclusivity and twisted it into a sensationalized tale of corporate defiance. The group's actual commercial strategy is firmly rooted in calculated, highly structured contracts with established brands, proving that their global influence doesn't need to rely on imaginary battles with Silicon Valley titans to validate their market supremacy. Yet, if you thought the tech rumors were structurally flawed, the next supposed rejection on our list takes us into the athletic apparel industry, where the financial mechanics are even more aggressively misunderstood. Number 5. Swoosh sidelined Nike. The internet exploded when a highly circulated forum post claimed that Stray Kids management abruptly walked away from a massive global campaign with Nike. The fabricated narrative painted a picture of the group prioritizing their creative freedom over corporate obligations, allegedly refusing to be locked into an exclusive sneaker contract that would limit their stylistic choices during stadium performances. It is a compelling story of artistic rebellion, but it fundamentally misinterprets both the modern sportswear industry and the intricate web of luxury fashion contracts. Nike's endorsement ecosystem operates on a highly specific model, traditionally favoring elite athletes and moving toward exclusive, limited edition capsule collections with individual musical artists, rather than issuing blanket, group-wide ambassadorships to K-pop acts. More importantly, this rumor completely ignores the reality of the group's current, highly lucrative individual brand commitments. Several members already serve as global ambassadors for top-tier European luxury houses, including Versace and Louis Vuitton. These high-fashion contracts are meticulously drafted legal documents containing strict exclusivity clauses that govern not just apparel, but footwear and accessories for public appearances, magazine covers, and international airport arrivals. Signing a blanket, group-wide sportswear deal with a giant like Nike would immediately breach these existing individual luxury contracts. A corporate giant of Nike's caliber does not spontaneously offer a multi-million-dollar blank check to a group without first conducting a rigorous legal audit of their existing fashion obligations. What likely triggered this specific rumor was the routine industry practice of corporate gifting, where brands send promotional packages to high-profile artists. Fans often see members wearing a specific shoe in a dance practice video, notice it suddenly disappear from their rotation, and incorrectly assume a massive corporate deal fell through or was rejected. In reality, the logistics of outfitting an entire 8-member group exclusively in one sportswear brand requires a level of contractual uniformity that is completely incompatible with their current strategy of dominating the high-end fashion sector as individual icons. The group didn't need to reject Nike. The mathematical reality of their existing luxury portfolio made a group-wide athletic contract a legal impossibility from the start. However, if the mechanics of fashion endorsements seem complicated, the truth behind our next brand rumor plunges us straight into the fiercely competitive world of American fast food, where corporate rivalries are even more aggressive. Number 4. Golden Arches, grounded McDonald's. The rumor that Stray Kids walked away from a highly lucrative celebrity meal campaign with the world's largest fast food chain is one of the most persistent myths in recent pop culture fandom. According to the viral narrative, the group supposedly rejected a massive, multinational McDonald's partnership because they wanted to protect their heavily curated image or avoid the intense corporate scheduling required for such a commercial rollout. While it is a verified fact that K-pop and American fast food have proven to be an incredibly profitable combination, as demonstrated by previous record-breaking campaigns featuring other high-profile South Korean acts, the actual logistics of these deals dismantle the idea of a sudden dramatic refusal. Global fast food collaborations are not simple sponsorship agreements that can be casually declined on a whim. They are massive logistical undertakings requiring well over a year of supply chain coordination, franchise board approvals across dozens of international territories, packaging redesigns, and complex merchandising integrations. A corporation like McDonald's does not hand over a blank check and wait for an artist's immediate approval. They negotiate through dense corporate channels with entertainment agencies long before an actual product is even conceptualized. The notion that an offer of this specific magnitude was placed on the table and summarily dismissed ignores the rigorous financial strategies of the South Korean entertainment industry, where agencies actively seek out these exact types of globally penetrative commercial opportunities. Furthermore, the group is not inherently opposed to major food and beverage conglomerates. They have successfully partnered with Coca-Cola for an international limited edition beverage campaign, proving that they are entirely willing to engage with legacy American brands when the marketing alignment and creative execution meet their agency's strict standards. The fictional McDonald's rejection likely stemmed from internet users noticing the absence of a dedicated fast food collaboration and filling that void with a fabricated narrative of artistic defiance. In reality, the absence of a deal simply means a contract wasn't pursued or mutually viable at this specific time, not that a billion-dollar food empire was dramatically shown the door. But as we move from the drive-through window to the digital streaming space, the next rumored corporate rejection reveals a fundamental misunderstanding of how the modern music industry actually distributes its content. Number 3, streaming sovereignty, Netflix. When rumors surfaced that Stray Kids management turned down an exclusive, multi-million-dollar original documentary series with the world's leading streaming platform, the internet immediately framed it as a battle for creative control. The viral story claimed the group walked away from Netflix to protect their internal production team from aggressive American network executives who wanted to heavily dramatize their world tour for Western audiences. It is an incredibly popular trope, the authentic artists refusing to sell their reality to the Hollywood machine. However, analyzing the modern K-pop digital economy exposes this narrative as fundamentally flawed. South Korean entertainment agencies do not operate like traditional Western music labels. They function as entirely self-contained media broadcast networks. By utilizing platforms like YouTube and proprietary fan applications, the management retains absolute ownership over their intellectual property, total control over global distribution, and, most importantly, 100% of the direct advertising revenue. Signing an exclusive reality or documentary contract with a streaming giant like Netflix means surrendering those lucrative syndication rights and placing highly valuable behind-the-scenes content behind a third-party subscription paywall. The idea that a massive streaming deal was aggressively offered and dramatically rejected ignores the basic math of digital monetization. While Netflix has successfully licensed existing Korean concert films and dramas, an exclusive blank check offer to produce ongoing, daily reality content fundamentally contradicts the group's established strategy of providing free, heavily localized digital content directly to their global fan base to drive physical album sales. Furthermore, a production deal with a major American streaming service requires months of complex legal negotiations regarding international broadcasting rights, union clearances, and cross-border taxation, none of which happen in a vacuum or get casually dismissed in a single boardroom meeting. The group already dominates global video metrics on their own terms, generating hundreds of millions of views through their completely independent content ecosystem. They didn't need to wage a dramatic war against Netflix. Their existing business model already outperforms standard streaming contracts by keeping the financial and creative power entirely in-house. But as we transition from digital screens to the physical shelves of global retailers, the next supposed rejection takes us straight into the fiercely guarded, multi-billion-dollar empire of American cosmetics. Number 2, complexion conflicts, MAC Cosmetics. Social media forums recently buzzed with a compelling narrative, claiming that the group's management turned down a monumental, group-wide campaign with the American beauty heavyweight. The viral story suggested they walked away from the massive cosmetics conglomerate to protect their existing ties to domestic South Korean skincare brands, framing the refusal as a principled stand for local industry loyalty. However, this completely misunderstands the highly litigious and strictly partitioned nature of global beauty endorsements. The South Korean music industry doesn't reject massive cosmetic deals out of arbitrary loyalty. They are strictly bound by intricate exclusivity matrices. The group has a heavily documented history of highly successful campaigns with prominent Korean beauty labels. In the global cosmetics sector, signing a contract means locking down specific, legally defined retail categories: color cosmetics, skincare, and fragrance. A global umbrella deal with an American conglomerate would require blanket exclusivity that automatically nullifies their ability to engage with domestic K-beauty brands, which are structurally essential for local retail distribution and regional fan engagement events. Furthermore, this rumor completely ignores the group's current, verifiable trajectory into high-end luxury. With individual members securing global ambassadorships with elite European fashion houses that possess their own aggressive beauty and fragrance divisions, a group-wide American cosmetic deal immediately becomes a legal minefield. High fashion contracts strictly dictate what brands and artists can be publicly photographed using, extending directly to public grooming and red carpet appearances. Global cosmetic campaigns are never spontaneous blank check offers. They require well over a year of product formulation matching, vast supply chain logistics to stock international retailers, and rigid marketing schedules aligned with seasonal product drops. The idea that a finalized, multi-million-dollar offer from a company like MAC was casually tossed aside in a single meeting ignores the fundamental corporate mechanics of the beauty industry. The absence of an American makeup deal is not a dramatic corporate rejection. It is the calculated, legal reality of maintaining a highly profitable, specialized portfolio of domestic and luxury partnerships. But while the complexities of cosmetic contracts are heavily rooted in legal exclusivity, the final brand on this viral list brings us directly to the epicenter of American entertainment, where the rumors of a rejected partnership completely collapse under the weight of basic broadcasting economics. Number 1 House of Mouse myth, Disney. The internet reached peak corporate conspiracy when rumors circulated that the management behind Stray Kids flatly rejected a massive, multi-tiered broadcasting and merchandising deal with the Walt Disney Company. The viral story suggested the group walked away to protect their aggressive, self-produced musical identity from being sanitized by America's largest family entertainment conglomerate. However, looking at the actual mechanics of global entertainment partnerships and verifiable release schedules shatters this narrative entirely. Disney does not operate by throwing spontaneous, sweeping umbrella contracts at international artists. They acquire talent through highly specific, meticulously planned project integrations that align with their vast network of subsidiaries. More importantly, the idea that the group initiated a corporate boycott against the Disney empire is factually disproven by their own discography. They successfully negotiated and contributed an original, self-produced track directly to the official global soundtrack of Marvel Studios' massive blockbuster, Deadpool and Wolverine. In the strict reality of global entertainment economics, a music group doesn't casually reject the largest media conglomerate on the planet, only to subsequently sign a highly complex licensing agreement with its most lucrative superhero franchise. These massive cinematic integrations require intensive legal clearance, rigorous publishing splits, and strict promotional alignments that take several months of corporate negotiation to finalize. The viral story of a dramatic rejection completely ignores how modern entertainment agencies actually operate. They actively leverage American entertainment giants for targeted global exposure, carefully selecting projects that amplify their brand rather than fighting them in imaginary corporate standoffs. The South Korean music industry is built on precise, calculated market expansion, and securing a coveted placement in a massive Disney-owned theatrical release is the ultimate validation of that methodical strategy. Ultimately, the entire viral narrative surrounding these 7 supposedly rejected American megabrands relies on a fundamental public misunderstanding of corporate law, endorsement exclusivity clauses, and the sheer logistical weight of international business negotiations. The group isn't turning down billion-dollar blank checks in dramatic fits of artistic rebellion. They are executing a masterclass in modern corporate navigation, proving that in the ruthless economy of global pop culture, knowing exactly which contracts to sign is far more powerful than the fabricated internet drama of walking away.